Hello, real estate investors. I finally finished up this apartment remodel. I'm excited to show it to you. I'm glad it's done. It was a third level apartment, so carrying stuff up and down those stairs was wearing me out. But anyhow, it took about 3 weeks with delays of materials and things like that. I'll leave a link above for the before shots of the apartment, but you probably don't need to watch that because I'm going to try to put some before pictures as I show you the apartment. Stick around the end. I will cover the cost of the materials and how much time this took. So let's go out and take a look at it. All right. So in here you can see we put new flooring in this area. So this is a luxury vinyl plank, and it's Procore is the brand on it, and I believe that's a Lowe's only brand. And the style is dovetail oak. I've used this now several times. I don't even know how many times I put it in. It installs easily, and it should be pretty durable over time with tenants in here. Around the edges, we covered up the edge of the flooring with quarter round. Now, I don't think Lowe's sells a dovetail oak matching quarter round for this. So what I did, I went to Lowe's and just bought 4 or 5 different ones, and we just held it up here and picked out the one that matched the trim and baseboards the best. And I think this looks pretty good. In this hallway, there was just a mismatch of different plywoods, different materials. I took all that up, and the subfloor underneath it was pretty good. The only issue was that the hardwood that was out there in that big area was about a 1/4 inch taller than this subfloor. So we just went over this hallway with 1/4 inch plywood and leveled it out, so that worked out good. In here was the hole that I almost fell into in the floor. We just put some 2x4 bracing up and some plywood and leveled it out with the hardwood. Not a big deal. Here are the new kitchen cabinets and counters. So before, the cabinets were missing a couple of doors, and most of them the panels had been bashed in somehow, and someone put vinyl plank over the top of them. But anyhow, we got rid of them, put in new cabinets. I also added a vent hood and a dishwasher. Before, this was a corner cabinet here for the sink base. Corner cabinets are not stock, at least at Lowe's. So I moved the sink over here, and to do that, I had to move some plumbing around. And I know you can't see back here, but back there, that's where the 1/2 inch copper came out of the wall and the shut-off valves were. We took the shut-off valves off and soldered on a copper to PAX adapter and extended that over here because it'd just be impossible if you had to work on those shut-off valves to reach them back there. So we extended them over, and we used PAX, and I'm not a huge fan of PAX, but it was just easier to work with, honestly, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper now with copper prices. We extended the 1.5 inch PVC drain line over, and then we added this piece for the dishwasher drain there. And I also had to run an electric circuit over for the dishwasher, of course. Over here, there was what appeared to be a fist punch in the wall. We patched it up, and of course we painted the whole apartment. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I paint everything agreeable gray satin, so this one was no exception. This is the room where the tenant had removed the carpet, and it was just padding in here. I'm not sure why they did that, but we replaced the carpet. And over here in this area was where the dog had scratched up the drywall. We didn't replace the drywall, we just skim coated it with some hot mud, and I can see we need to do a touch up on the paint there. Well, guys, if you do these, you'll realize you can walk around all day and find touch-ups. At some point you just have to say it's good enough and move on. In this bathroom, we had to do quite a bit of drywall work in here. Before, I'm not sure what was going on with this wall before, honestly. But we ended up cutting the drywall. It was all rotted out, cutting out a pretty big section and replacing the drywall here and on this side as well. This tub before was pretty nasty. We recaulked it, cleaned it up, and it turned out pretty good. Over here, this was a medicine cabinet, and it stuck out from the wall about 6 inches, and it was huge. So it was kind of blocking the light and made it awkward to reach your faucet handle, so I just took it out, put a regular mirror in there. And over here was the spot where someone had put duct tape on the wall and painted over it. So we took the duct tape off. Once again, it looked like a punch mark in the wall. We patched that one up as well, painted it. Back here, this is the bedroom back here that had the million drywall patches. We fixed those up, put in new carpet, painted it, and I forgot to mention, the whole place kind of felt dark to me before, so I relamped everything with 60-watt LEDs, and it really did seem to brighten it up. This door that was all scratched up, I ended up just painting it. I tried to match the paint to the trim and didn't do a very good job, but oh well, it looks better than it did. Before, the tenant or someone had put metal, just sheet metal, over both sides of this. And when I took that off, I found that the door frame was rotted here, and the brick mold and door frame both were rotted over there. So I just scabbed in a piece, and it's not perfect, but it'll be good enough and looks a lot better than it did. Back here on the deck, I didn't do anything because the property manager told me they were planning to replace the deck. So I was honestly kind of glad I didn't have to mess with that job. So as far as cost, I haven't added up the cost exactly, but it was in the $7,000 neighborhood. So I did 2 different orders with Lowe's for materials. One order was the cabinets, and that came in around $2,800. The other order was the flooring, dishwasher, and the countertops. That was about $2,900. So both those orders were just under $3,000, and I did run those through the Lowe's QSP process, which is their bid process, and it'll save you a lot of money. I'll leave a link at the end of this video in case you guys are doing a remodel. That'll help save you a lot of money. And then the carpet was just under $1,000 for carpet pad and installation. As far as labor, we had 137 hours in this, and that included the cleaning labor as well. So it's a pretty big job, and I'm really glad it's over with. But anyhow, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment below. And if you like this kind of content, subscribe, and thank you for watching.